So today I am working on a new pillow cover with some leftover like curtain fabric or like upholstery fabric and a random scraps that I'm trying to use up. I saw an interesting quilt somebody had done with an interesting pattern to it, so I'm trying to recreate that just off of the backwards engineering it, basically. So, how do I want to do this? And then it was... Now let me do this one first. Make sure I can still get there. Uh-oh. Did I pop it? I popped it. So I was playing around with my machine, so I popped the belt off. So give me a second, let me get it Come on. There we go. That's how I make sure that I don't accidentally run over my fingers when I'm maintaining my machine. And let me know if the music's too quiet. And this time I'm not worried about tying off my ends because it's going to be stitched along here to the back piece. Where's my volume? Is that any better? Turn it up there. Turn it back down just a little bit better. Okay, let me know if that's good. And I really should have ironed like half of these in half, but, you know, I hate ironing, so... what I'm gonna wind up doing is sewing it like that so that every other row is folded. So it's kind of got like a three-dimensional kind of look to it. Something like that. I can really give it kind of that look. Or I might just leave it unsewed and just let it kind of flop out. Let's see. Thanks so much for the lurk, Trombone Dalek. Now, Colorfly, are you grading and or packing? Okay, good job. Get that grading done. Where did I put my... Oh, there they are. I am going to go ahead and pin it. God, give me 1 second. I got a new tool. I've been using with my diamond painting. There we go. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna wind up doing the cross stitches or if I'm just gonna leave it open. I did this one inside out. It should be much brighter like that. But I'm not going to worry about it. It's just going to stay that way. Let's fold this one right side out, because it would be a lot more noticeable. I think it'll pass the 3-foot rule, and nobody will notice it. go. There we go, that looks better. Let's see, the next one is this one. This one flips upside down. Ah, dang it. It's the one thing I missed from my other machine, is it has a threader thing that pops down. Oh, threaders are great. Some of them even have an automatic threader, which is like a little spurt of air that like threads the whole thing for you using air currents to like thread it. Those are like the super expensive machines. But yeah, I only have one machine that has a threader on it. It was one of my two functions I wanted. I was like, I want a new machine. I love my old machines, but I want a new machine, and it must have a threader on it, and it needs a buttonhole, automatic buttonhole maker. Because I hate doing buttons, buttonholes. Yeah, I don't always get my new machine out as much as I probably should, just because if I use it a lot, I have to go get it maintenanced. And really the only shop in town to go get it maintenance at, like every time I take it in, I'm like, hey, I just need it, bring it in. Like a car, you take it in to get its like checkup, and they make sure everything looks good, check the oil, all that good stuff. But every time I take my sewing machine in to do it, they're like, well, what's wrong with it? I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just bringing it into where it's yearly maintenance because I've used it for, 300 hours or whatever, 200 hours or whatever it's supposed to be. And they're like, well, you wouldn't bring it in if there wasn't something wrong. I'm like, no, I bring it in so you can make sure nothing goes wrong with it. Yeah, exactly. I finally wound up the last time I took it in, I don't know, it's making a funny sound, like thump, thump, thump. And then he was all like, well, you're using the wrong kind of thread. It's like, honey, I've been sewing since I was 9. I hate to be like that kind of entitled person. Just take it back to the maintenance people. They will know what I'm saying when I say I want it for my checkup. Yay, halfway done. Yeah, I know, exactly. And it was a guy that was checking me in, and it's like, I don't want to be that person to make assumptions about other people, I think guys can do it, I think girls can do it, I don't want to be that kind of person, but I feel like you're only working here because the pay's kind of decent, and you couldn't get a job anywhere else. Exactly. Well, and the other problem is a lot of my machines are older machines, and I'm sure they're machines that this person has probably never seen before. Because most of my machines are like 80-year-old or 70-year-old, 60-year-old machines. So that's definitely not cut right. Which is why when I took this one into the museum, I was like, show me what I need to know to make sure that I don't have to take it into anyone else to maintenance it. And he showed me a bunch of tips and tricks to keep this one up and running without needing to take it into somebody. So basically, I can self-maintenance this one. Yes, there is an antique sewing machine museum in a town that's not too far away from me. And he has, I don't know, like 250 antique sewing machines. And antique is definitely a very broad term because we were walking through and I'm like, I have that Kenmore, I have that Kenmore. I recognize that singer. That was the one that my grandmother sold when I said, don't sell it, I will buy it off of you. But he also maintenances and repairs them. But he doesn't do he only devotes 1 day a week to doing maintenance and repair. So when I brought it in, I know, possibly, but he only does maintenance repair on 1 day a week. Because he doesn't want to be a repairman, he wants to be a museum curator. When I brought it in, I'm like, I understand you're gonna wind up having to keep it for a while, that's fine. And he's like, well, let me take a look at it real quick. So we busted it all apart right there, while my husband and my daughter wandered around the museum. And he was able to show me the 2 or 3 spots that was causing problems, showed me how to fix it, and I was able to bring it home that same day working. So there we go. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to sew it down or just leave it open for that tactile of being able to just kind of play with it. Like those sequence pillows. Exactly. It's so great when people are willing to show you how to take care of your own stuff. We've repaired our previous washer and dryer. We've repaired them like 3 times. We kept having a part that kept breaking on it. We would just fix it ourselves. Like, okay, so this one next. I actually think I got this fabric from my grandmother. I wound up with a bunch of fabric that my grandmother picked up at a yard sale, a bunch of like upholstery fabric and stuff. And then I wound up with a bunch when I bought a mystery box from a retailer online that I thought only dealt with one particular type of fabric. So I thought I was going to get a bunch of like, you know, cast off of that particular type of fabric. And then when I got it and like half the stuff was like upholstery fabric, I realized after a little bit of digging that they own like 4 or 5 online retailers that are all particular types. So, you know, you go to this website and they sell upholstery fabric, and you go to this website and they sell like fabric for making diapers, and you go to this website for, you know, like this spandexy swimwear fabric. I didn't realize they owned all of those. So all the cast-offs was from all of their websites, not just the one you were buying it from. Which I felt like it was a little bit of false advertisement, but I didn't want to go through the hassle of returning it. So it's just been sitting there along with my grandmother's random upholstery fabric she bought. So which is one of the reasons I'm not a huge fan of like mystery boxes and stuff, especially from online retailers. Yeah, it should have been more clear on the description, something like this may contain fabric across these categories versus you will get, you know, oh, you'll get a box of random fabric. I was like, okay, well, you only sell this kind of fabric on this website, therefore that's what I should get. Actually, what's this one? Okay, excellent. That one's too small. I did not cut you that short. Why? You're doing this to me. Somewhere in my fabric stash, I have some outdoor fabric, some like bright yellow and blue outdoor fabric that I really would like to find because we got the new outdoor furniture and I'd like to make some little throw pillows for it. And I usually make my own throw pillows because throw pillows are really expensive. And I can just take, you know, because you replace your regular like sleeping pillow, right? You can take that and basically turn it into a throw pillow. So it's like reusing something that's all flat and smushy and you're not going to use anymore. And you just smush it all up into a smaller size and it makes really nice throw pillows. There we go. One more, maybe. Ooh. I'm sure it's gonna be a pillow. Let's check. Oh, I miscalculated. I forgot to account for shrinkage from sewing the... I forgot it would shrink this way as I sewed the lines up. So, let's see. Let's check one of my other pillows. That one will work better. And this fabric was my curtain fabric when I was like 15. And I made a little tabletop for a little table I had at the time out of some leftover fabric. Yeah. Work. It can go quick. Oh, okay, well that's a completed. Oh, I bet I know what that was. Do you want to use this? Usually for me, what takes the longest is if I'm making like an outfit or something, is cutting out the pattern itself and reading through unfamiliar directions. If I've done a pattern before or I'm just kind of freehanding it, I usually find that goes much faster than trying to read through instructions and stuff. Let's cut that. So right now I'm putting them together, right sides together, because I'm gonna wind up turning it inside out. So I am giving myself just a little bit extra space along it. And yeah, I'm not worried about the threaded ends, because when I turn it inside out, they're all just going to be inside anyway. And then once I make sure it fits properly, I can cut off the excess. And then let's use the wide hemmed section here. So generally what you want to do is overlap for a throw pillow where there's no buttons or anything. You just stick it in. A lot of times there's an overlap, so you can kind of like open it up, shove the pillow in there, and then kind of like line it back up. So that way, if it's pulled open a little bit, you still can't see the pillow inside. So those are my preferred ones, because the other ones are like button pillows, and I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, that's a really common, even in the actual like industry or whatever, that's a really common method. But it's pretty much, here's one I didn't overlap very well, and you can, I should probably put a button on this one because it keeps kind of sliding out, so I could put a button like right here and it would help keep it closed. But generally speaking, I don't worry about it that much because they're against the back. Nobody's gonna see it. Ow! There was a pin there. Not bleeding. Where are you? Move that to the top so I can see it. And then I'm gonna probably go around twice on this section. Just to reinforce it a little bit, because if it's gonna bust, it's gonna be along this section generally. Nope. Something else. Don't watch, Julie. Alright, you can look again. That's a lot for my machine to go through. My grandmother had curtains made out of this fabric. Too far. So this section I am going to actually tie the two together. Because there's not going to be anything sewn over it. It is the final seam, basically. And this machine does not have any kind of locking stitch option. Go. Flip it over, tie off this. And then let me turn it inside out before I start cutting anything to make sure that it looks mostly okay. Keep losing my mouse. Come on. Especially this seam because it was, yeah. Right on the edge. I was wondering if it was going to be... So, yeah, that looks... Just gotta poke the corners a bit. But I think that will work, so let's trim it. Cut the corners on a diagonal, and just trim everything else. Well, I'm very impressed with how well you play an instrument. But we all have our strengths and weaknesses. I appreciate the compliment. I'm working on trying to be better about just saying thank you. So thank you. It did, however, did not make it overlap well enough. But there it is. There's our sequency, we can play with it, tactile pillow. Which I think is going to be one of my favorites